Hi, I'm Wendy Grace, and I really want to extend a warm welcome to all the viewers at Shalom World TV. You're joining us from the Youth 2000 Summer Festival in Rosscrea in County Tipperary in Ireland. This is Ireland's largest Catholic festival for young people aged 18 to 35, and they focus on young people leading other young people to the heart of the church. This 4-day festival is packed with so many things going on here: music, prayer, concerts, workshops, dramas, and of course celebrating all the sacraments. Isn't it great to see so many young people from all across Ireland here to share their faith and the impact that it has on them? Father Patrick Cahill is a member of an order called Jesus the High Priest. He's National Spiritual Advisor to Youth 2000 here in Ireland. He absolutely loves working with young people. And he believes that young people sharing their joy and enthusiasm and love for the Catholic faith can set the hearts of many on fire with love for the Lord. In this next talk, Father Cahill explains how important the Eucharist is in our faith and how it's here that we can really meet Jesus Christ.
This is the Lord, though. This is the Lord looking at you and looking at me. This is the sacrament of love. This is Jesus himself. And he makes himself so vulnerable. It's as a priest, like you every time you celebrate Mass, especially with one of those mega hosts yesterday. Did you see that mega host I was celebrating with? The big Ostia Magna, they're called, this huge host. When you break that up, they crumb everywhere, right? So you have to, you're breaking up, you're trying to keep all the crumbs on the pan and make sure they don't get dropped anywhere. And then when you're giving out Holy Communion, as I say, they crumb like japers. So it's just, I'm not sure if anyone noticed yesterday, when I give out Holy Communion, it's something that I have to do. If someone is coming up to receive on the hand, I can't give them one of those cracked hosts because it's going to leave crumbs behind. You know what I mean? So when someone comes up, you see hand, okay, hand, normal host. Someone comes up with the to receive in the tongue, then they get the other host because you have to take care of the Eucharist. The Lord makes himself so vulnerable. If there were crumbs between my fingers and I just went, lightning should strike me, but it probably wouldn't. The Lord allows himself to be misused. It's astounding. But this is the Eucharist. This is the risk that the Lord takes. I want to show my love for you so much that I risk that gift being thrown back in my face. I risk that the Lord just doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. He opens his heart to each one of us. And you can say, staring him in the face, Lord, I couldn't care less. Don't care. Whatever. You could. And again, he should smite you. But he won't. Because he loves you. So he'll give you another chance, and another chance, and another 10 years, and another 20 years, until we eventually get to the stage where we say, Lord, is that really you? And that's actually a beautiful prayer. A lot of saints started their journey by saying that, Lord, is that really you? If you're really there, show me. That's actually not a bad point of departure. At least you're asking the question. Just, if you say, Lord, if you're really there, show me, don't be expecting angels to appear and dance around the Blessed Sacrament. Don't expect to see magical, majestical signs. But if you ask the Lord, is that really you? Listen. Listen. It's in the heart you'll hear it, not with the eyes. If the Lord showed you some sort of miraculous sign, I don't think that would actually increase your faith at all. If that was the case, I think the Lord would give us all miraculous signs. But keep in mind, remember when the scribes and Pharisees, they saw Jesus work a miracle. Jesus was called to his cousin Lazarus. Lazarus was dead 4 days in the tomb. And sometimes the Bible can be really funny when it says he was dead 4 days, so he was already smelly. It says that in the Bible, right? So Lazarus was already stinky, right? So anyway, Stinky was in the tomb. Lazarus was in the tomb. And Jesus comes deliberately a bit late. You know, he was told a couple of days beforehand, Lazarus is sick, and Jesus didn't budge. And then he came along, and Jesus was apparently late. It looked like he was late. Okay, Lazarus is already in the tomb. And Jesus kneels down in front of the tomb. Crowd surrounding. We can imagine a crowd like maybe this, a couple of hundred people, 600 people, whatever. We don't know how many were there, but there were lots of people there. And so he prays out loud in front of everyone. He said, Lord, I ask for this miracle, not for me, but for these people looking on, that they might believe in you. And then with a loud voice, he cries out, Lazarus, come out of the tomb. And out comes Lazarus. And you would imagine everyone's gobsmacked. Like this guy was dead and very dead. 4 days in a tomb, you're very dead, right? So out he comes. And like some people are amazed, like this is the Messiah, this is awesome, this is incredible. Scribes and Pharisees, what do they say? Let's kill Jesus and kill the evidence. It's in the Bible, it says it. They saw this miracle, they saw it happen. And not only did it not increase their faith, it turned them against Jesus. So we shouldn't be kind of naive to think if we saw miracles, it would actually help our faith. I don't think it would. I don't think it would. If we don't have open hearts, no matter what you see, it'll hop off you. The Lord is looking for an open heart. That's how he gets in. So how do we open our hearts? Give him a chance. Give the Lord a chance. One of the best ways to meet the Lord, or probably one of the only ways to meet the Lord properly, is in silence. In the busyness of the world, it can be very, very difficult to find silence. But without silence, the Lord he's not going to be able to get in. You won't hear him. He's going to be like, because the Lord doesn't shout. He doesn't want to scare you. But his voice is present and it is constant. And he won't give up on you. You know the beautiful reading that we had yesterday, the Lord who picks us up in his arm and he teaches us to walk and he gives us food. You know, this is our God. But at times we can settle for something less than what we're called to. We're called to greatness, we're called to sanctity, we're called to be children of God and live like it. But at times we can settle for less. There's a friend of mine who works on the summer camps with us in Mitchelstown, and she has 2 little twin sons. They're great little terrors, the 2 of them. And when they were about 5 years old, their dear mama went home. Well, she was at home, she was working at home, and she noticed something that puts the fear of God into all mothers' hearts. The house is too quiet. Something's wrong. What are they doing? Where's the cat? Still intact, 4 legs and a tail. Okay, they're not playing with the cat. Where are they? Back lawn, no sign of them. Front lawn, no sign of them. Into the living room, no sign of them. Then she hears hee from upstairs. Goes upstairs, and they are the twin boys who have just learned that you can stick drinking straws together. You can bend them a little and push them into each other. And there they are, the 2 of them, drinking out of the toilet. I love this. What do you say to a 5-year-old? Like, have you any idea what goes in there? Do you try to put it in terms of someday you'll want to get married? This is not a good start. You know, how you doing? I drink out of a toilet. What do you say to kids? But how do you kind of present the truth, if you will? Would it not be better to say, rather than kind of giving out to them, would it not be better to say, guys, do you not want a cold drink of Coke from the fridge downstairs? Is that not what would satisfy your thirst? Is that not what you're really looking for? I don't think you really want to drink out of the jacks. You know, but at times we settle for that. At times we settle for less. I've had 2 friends who aren't here, so I can tell that story. They had a choice this summer between going to Magaluf, is that how you pronounce it? Oh, you all know it. This isn't good. To pray an exorcism over you later. So they had a choice between going to Magaluf or Medjugorje. What did they choose? No. Magaluf, right. So off they went on their Magaluf holiday. So I was in contact with them via WhatsApp. And I said, how are you getting on? How are you finding it? They're like, the first night, oh yeah, it was good. Yeah, we went out and clubbing and pubbing and partying. Second night, how'd you get on? Yeah, pubbing and partying. Again. Third night, how are you getting on? Yeah, pubbing, clubbing, and partying. Again. Fourth night, I can't wait to go home. Fifth night, oh, just get me out of here. Sixth night, oh, that's counting down the hours. I just want to go home. And I was absolutely delighted to hear that my friends were miserable. Because they chose something I knew wouldn't make them happy. I mean, they are free to do what they want with their lives, obviously. But I knew this choice wasn't going to make them happy. That was good to get it out of their system, whatever. I hope it's out of their system now. I was absolutely delighted to hear how miserable they were. Because at times, the world offers us things that we know will not make us happy. We're starving, absolutely starving, and the world offers us cheap imitations of what would actually satisfy us. Do you know, we're starving for a burger and we get... This is what we get instead. The world offers us things that do not satisfy the deepest needs of our hearts. It offers us a plastic version of happiness, a kind of a temporary version of happiness, something that's going to, satisfy a certain desire for an hour, 2, 3, and then, now what? What's next? What's next? What will actually satisfy me? What will give me true joy? Not just kind of passing happiness, but what will actually satisfy the deepest needs of my heart? Brothers and sisters, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that which will satisfy us, that which we are deep down really looking for, is God, the Lord. Because that's what we're created for. That's what makes the life of a Cistercian make sense. That's what makes the life of a person who's sick or invalided or suffering in a hospital bed. That's what makes their life make sense. We're searching for God. We're created for Him. The Holy Communion is more than a thing. We're called to be in Holy Communion with God. So when I receive Holy Communion, I want to be in communion with Him, which means what? Which means not only I believe in Him, but I believe in how He has revealed Himself. How do we know how He has revealed Himself? Because of what the church teaches. So I'm in Holy Communion with Him, I'm in Holy Communion with His church. So if I'm not in Holy Communion with Him, if I've got like a mortal sin on my soul, a serious sin, I'm not in communion with Him. The Lord still loves me, He still wants me to come to Mass, but I'm not in Holy Communion with Him. And so receiving Holy Communion when you're not supposed to, when you're not in a state of grace, it's like saying, "Hi Lord, how you doing? I'm worthy of you. I'm so worthy. I'm so worthy to be here. Here you are, cheers." It's not the right attitude. Like, if I'm not in Holy Communion, if I have a serious stain on my soul, if I have a mortal sin, out of respect, out of love for Him, I shouldn't receive Him. But not because He doesn't love me, but because I have this sin I need to get off my soul. Now, if you can go to confession, if you have the intention of going to confession as soon as you can, after Mass, you can still receive, yes. So if you have mortal sin in your soul and you get to Mass and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, there's no priest here in confession beforehand, you can go to receive Holy Communion as long as you go to confession as soon as you can afterwards. So the Lord does love us, does welcome us, does want us to receive Him. But Holy Communion is more than a thing. It's a relationship, it's a state. I have to be in Holy Communion with the Lord. And this is the reverence that we should have. We should almost like receive the Lord, almost, with fear and trembling.
So many new people here. I used to think that I knew most of people in New 2000 Ireland, but coming here and just seeing how many new people are here and the love they're discovering for Jesus Christ, and to see the joy on their faces when they discover how much Jesus loves them. It's such a privilege to be able to experience that.
I suppose what we try and do is just bring people into a relationship with Jesus, to help develop that personal relationship with Jesus. So at our events, you have people who come from all different backgrounds, all different experiences, and they're all at different stages of the faith journey. But the majority of people are those who are on the fringes, who want to get something more out of life, who want to get a greater meaning out of life, and for us, we're helping to show them that is by developing a personal relationship with Jesus. So that's what we do in Youth 2000.
My first experience, I just loved it so much. I met so many wonderful people that were my own age and that were in love with their faith. And to be honest, I was very, very jealous of them because they're extremely joyful, and I didn't know why they were so happy, because I definitely didn't feel like that when I first came. And just the experience I had of, I suppose, the peer pressure of so many people my own age that were in love with their faith, and they were so happy, and I think I just really wanted to know why, because I definitely wasn't happy. Biggest reason to come to Mass, but that was my initial reason. And then slowly but surely I was converting, so it was my love of being a part of something that all these young people come together and loving God together in this beautiful, beautiful way. So I just loved that.
Many people come to the Youth 2000 Festival who've never had this experience of faith before, and it's here where they begin a real journey of faith. It's here where they get to know Jesus Christ, and that's what makes it such a special festival.